All right, so the steering column is tightened back up. I got the dash cluster back in. The tack is actually working. I don't know when it's off. It always seems to rest at 10. I don't know why, but it does work. I do need to still fish my hand up underneath the dash and plug the speedo back in. So this whole side is done. And then I just got to get this cover back in. I got to figure out where the two vacuum lines go to from here, and apparently I need a new switch because this one is broken. It leaks and doesn't hold any sort of air. So but that is the vacuum for the pop-up headlights, so definitely need to hunt down one of these little guys so I can get that working. But yeah, all right, so my printed circuit board came in from Amazon. It was actually $20 cheaper than ordering it off of eBay. It was 30 bucks shipped compared to $49 plus shipping, so not a bad deal. I have the original one down inside of here, and this was the original one that I had, that was on the car when I got it. So as you can see, it matches up. So important thing here is this little thing here. This gauge here, I believe it was this one, was replaced. It used to be a clock. So the original owner of this car swapped that out, and I forgot to tape off the new circuit board that's in the car now. And so when I put it together, this piece ground against the wiring harness that's plugged in here. So I needed a new one, because just like this one is burnt here, here, and here, this one up here has got the same burn. So replaced it. I'd ordered a new one somewhere in the house. I've lost it, so I just ordered another one. So dash is back together. We're going to take these 4 screws out, pull this forward. It's not plugged in anywhere except for this bottom panel, and then we'll be able to swap that out. I've got some electrical tape, so I'm going to tape this off so it doesn't ground, and hopefully that should be it. So next thing I'm going to do is pull out the screws. There's 4 of them, one here, one on each side, and then that whole piece will come out. And I'm just going to make sure that I get this center console out of the way, just so that I have plenty of room to work with. Alright, just like that, a little bit of electrical tape, and that is taped off. So you can't ground it on the back, but definitely on the front side. So, alright, so pull the 4 screws. You can pull this out without having to take it completely out. My wiring is plenty long enough. That's factory. So what ended up happening is, where this touched, this is a cheaper circuit board, which is weird because this was more expensive off eBay. But yeah, you can see where the mark is right there. That's what happened. So it got shorted, and then it just burnt out everything that was grounded. So we're going to go ahead and swap that out and call it a day. All right, so new circuit board is in, and all of the bulbs have been more or less checked, and they look good. I will need to stand it up to plug this in, and in order to plug this in, I will definitely need it a little closer because that's as much wire as I have on that. So that will need to be done, but it's ready to go back in, and then I can get everything situated and put the 4 screws in, and that should be it. The smart thing to do at this point would be to stand it up, plug this in, turn the lights on and see if they work, but I don't care. I just want to call it a day. So we're just gonna say that my work is good. I don't have anything that's going to be able to short out because that's taped, and that will go back in where it goes, and that will be that. Now my finger is stuck in that hole. All right, so let me get that back in, and we should be good to go. Okay, so center console's back in. I've got the new plastic clear faceplate to go across the AC controllers. Wires all hooked back up. It's hard to see because they're up underneath. I have wired the USB, the voltage counter, and a power circuit. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the old cigarette lighter power and the old cigarette lighter ground. We're just going to cut these ends because there's no cigarette lighter, and we will hook into these two wires here, power and ground, so that when the car is on, we'll have that. So other than hooking the two wires that go for the power windows back up, then I can start putting the screws in and getting everything lined back up, getting the dash pushed back up where it needs to be, so this all lines up. And then I can put the two side covers on and get some thread lock and put on the shifter ball, because apparently they never did that, and this will just keep loosening up. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that off. But so this is all back together, everything else is back together. So thanks for watching, and guess the next video will be either tidying up in here or maybe doing the clutch adjustment, so that it will go in and out of gear a lot easier. It feels like the pedal's just a little bit off. When I did the brake booster, I had to readjust all the linkage because I had to drop that clutch pedal. So it was working before I did it, so it's not a clutch issue, it's just a alignment issue. And other than that, the interior is done except for this driver's side panel. I'm gonna take this off, take it in the house tomorrow, and see about getting these fixed on the ones that aren't good. This one back here is broken, replace these, and then put the new used liner up.